how to do some different things with your ruler. I'll show you how to create the base outline of your ruler, how to extrude it, and then how to draw some of the stuff on the face of the ruler. So this is my example that I showed you in class, but I'm going to start a new part studio just like you guys. I'm going to rename that ruler V2 because this is my second ruler. All right, so what you're gonna do is everyone should create their sketch on the front plane, because obviously when we're laser cutting it, we're going to be laser cutting just the front of the ruler, not any other part of the ruler. So I'm going to do a center point rectangle starting at the origin, and your ruler dimensions need to be 6 inches by 1¼ inch. So that's the base of your ruler. Obviously you want to be naming things, but I'm just doing this as a tutorial, so I'm just going to go as quickly as I possibly can so I'm not boring you guys. So before you start sketching anything, we're going to extrude this to its thickness. You guys are all going to be using acrylic that's 0.11 thick or masonite that's 0.11 thick, depending on what we decide. So it's going to be extruded to look like that. I'm going to hide all the planes just so when I'm looking at my ruler, I'm not getting an obstructed view from anything else. All right, so in order to draw on our ruler, obviously we need to make a sketch. So my recommendation is that you make each set of lines in a different sketch. That's going to help us once we're prepping for the laser. So literally for the tick marks on the ruler, you're just going to use the line tool. So I'm going to start with the 1 inch lines. Those need to be 0.5 inches in length. And obviously the 1 inch line needs to be 1 inches from the side pattern for this. If you wish, it's totally up to you. Just showing you the simplest way. And if that's going to be 2, that also needs to be 1 inch apart. So you guys see the gist. So you're going to be doing this for your inch lines, your ½ inch lines, your ¼ inch lines, and your 1/8 inch lines. And that's good. But I would just suggest doing everything in its own sketch. So if those are my 1 inch lines, I would label this, let's go rename, 1 inch lines. And I renamed my document, which I did not want to do. Go back here. And let's rename 1 inch lines. And I'm going to make a new sketch. If I was doing this for real and it wasn't just a tutorial, then I'm going to do my ½ inch lines. So I believe those are 3/8, 375. You can look back at the project brief to confirm that. And obviously if it's ½ inch, it needs to be ½ inch from the corner. You guys get the gist. So then you would draw all your ½ inch lines. Then you would have a new sketch with your ¼ inch lines, 1/8 inch lines. You guys get it. Okay. So the next thing that I want to show you guys is how to use the text tool. So you're going to sketch on the face of the ruler just like we did, and one of the specifications is you need to include your name. So you're going to choose the text tool and you're going to draw a text box. You can change it to any of these fonts that exist within Onshape. So if I write my last name is done and I press the check, it shows up there. To change how large or small it is, you can click on the actual text and you can change the size. If you want to move it, you grab one of the corners and you can move it to where you want it to go. I would also suggest doing that in a new sketch. So each thing is going to be its own sketch, and that's going to be that for this tutorial.